6th.
And staying with that, there's been some saying that since the president-elect has threatened to go after people, and that President Biden should therefore give preemptive pardons. You have said that you would take a preemptive pardon from President Biden as he reportedly considers this for people that Trump has threatened, like current and former House members he's called to be imprisoned for their work on the January 6th committee. Are you expecting a pardon from President Biden, and are you worried about the safety of your colleagues in the next Congress?
Well, what I'm more concerned about is the separation of powers authority inherent in our Constitution. We are a legislative body. Our committee was tasked with the responsibility as a legislative body to do just what we did. Now some member of the executive branch who decides that what the legislative branch did was wrong and they should go to jail is not what the law. But, you know, Donald Trump is known not to follow the law. He's a convicted felon. He's been excused for some of his activities because a Supreme Court determined that they were in the pursuit of his responsibility. We differ with that, but nonetheless, the Supreme Court ruled. But to be honest with you, Rail, as I look at it, it's clear from our vantage point that we did our job. It's clear that in doing our job, Donald Trump disagreed with it. But to threaten someone with jail because you disagree with them is not who we are as a nation. And we got to be number one as a nation because we settle our differences either at the ballot box or in the court of law. Just because an individual dictates what he wants, that's not the law. And in this instance, Donald Trump is wrong.
In light of that, do you fear that Donald Trump will try and go after, target U.S. chairman and others in the committee, and therefore that people that are saying President Biden should... I don't think
there's any doubt. He's not...
Well, let me ask this.
I don't think there's any doubt.
He'll go after you. There's no doubt. I assume you're saying he'll go after people. So in light of that, do you think President Biden should do preemptive pardons, and would you accept one if he offered it?
Well, let me say this. If the president, in his infinite wisdom, determined that the work of our committee was legitimate and that we should not be penalized for doing what we as members of Congress should do, and he offers that pardon, I will take it. Look, I know what the Trump administration say they will do. If he says it, he will try to do it. The law has nothing to matter in his eyes. So, for Benny Thompson's perspective, and I hope the other members of the committee, if President Biden offers it, take it. The people who support me say, look, we voted for you. Because we voted for you, you're not to be penalized for doing your job. There's a difference between right and wrong and doing your job.
Right.
Former president and soon to be president again, Trump, takes everything so personally. You know, it's so unfortunate that to differ with a person, you're threatened with going to jail. We are a better country than that, Rev. And so at some point, you either have to stand against this kind of action or you'll fall for anything.
Now, it's not just the